Hey, good morning, guys. What's happening? All right, so I'm going to tell you a story about a cop in his car. And in this story, a cop did a bad thing, did something he shouldn't have done. So let me start off by saying that, let me just start off from the very beginning, very quickly, I promise you, about a month and a half ago. And I started developing problems where a guy was jumping onto my parking spot. I don't like people jumping on my parking spot. Assigned parking spots, just kind of like this place. See how, you see that kind of stuff right there? Right? We have the same thing at my apartment complex. Well, about a month and a half ago, a guy started coming up with the idea, to jump on to my spot. Now, the reason he probably did that was because while I do have a car, it's not in the complex and hasn't been in the complex since I moved in. But I do use it for deliveries, guests, anything. It doesn't matter. But it does get used when necessary. And it is assigned to me because with ours, we have to have tags. I think many of you probably know what I'm talking about. You got to have identifying tags and know your spot. Some people have stickers. We have these ones that hang from the rearview mirror. These little plastic tags. And this guy, for the last month and a half, I just started noticing when my friend was coming over and kept calling me a couple times saying, the same car's there. The same car's there. And I keep going out there and seeing the same car. And this is that car, mind you, right here. Okay, so it's not a piece of junk car, it's a really nice car. I can see why somebody might want to have it protected. But it's not going to be protected in my spot. So I went to management. I told management, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, because when I first started noticing this, right, I ended up, I almost got hit. What is this guy doing? There he is. So anyhow, I'm a little distracted there. I called out, hey, whoever's car this is, come get it. Please come get it before I go to management. I'm yelling this. I'm yelling it on top of my lungs, acting like a fucking moron with all the other neighbors. So that didn't work. Now, I didn't want to shake his car or whatever, because it did have alarms. He's one of those guys that has all these alarms, all these alarm stickers on his car to make sure his nice high performance car, this car right here, okay? Make sure it's safe, that everybody knows don't fuck with this car. Gave him a benefit of the doubt. I went to management because in his rearview mirror, he had a tag, but the bottom of the tag where the number is identified as the spot you're supposed to be in was tucked behind the rearview mirror. So if somebody like a security guy comes by, or anybody comes by, they think, okay, it's just some guy who lives there, it's a spot, no big deal, right? Well, I had the two tags. And I told management, because obviously he lives there and they might know who this is. I took a picture of the car. It's this picture right here. Went and told them. They did their little research. They found the guy, I guess. And he started parking his car in the street. And when he parked it in the street, he did it for 3 days. And then I had a friend come over and say, hey, park in my spot. Can't park in your spot. There's a car there. I said, what? I said, is it this car right here? The red Mustang? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, that's the car. That was it. By this time, it's been I went to the office again. They knew the car. I guess the guys had priors doing this to other people. Why he won't do it to people that are moving out, because people are moving out like crazy where I live. I don't know. park in one of those spots. Nobody's using those spots. Why my spot? You know. But nonetheless, they said, hey, just, you know, we can't be there all the time. Tell security. There's no security. I've never seen no damn security. And I just waited one morning. I seen it that night. That morning, I get up to throw out the trash. This is early morning, right? About 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Boom, there it is. I said, okay, I had enough. Got on the phone, called the number that was on the sign that's posted out in front of the place. It says, you know, not to do this, you know. But, yeah, so he wanted to do it. And the tow truck guy came, and I knew the guy from the Raider games and from Ricky's Sports Bar. If you're local, you know what I'm talking about, Ricky's Sports Bar. Shout out to you guys in San Leandro. But he was from San Leandro. That's where I used to live. And he said, wow, you know, okay, small world. I said, man, that's a nice car. Would you know, risk putting it in? He goes, no, I would never risk putting a car, you know, in somebody else's spot. He hooked it and took it. And next thing I know, I'm like, not even back to my apartment already, and I could hear the alarm on the car going off. I heard it going off, and I heard chains rustling around, a lot of revving of the tow truck motor. He was gearing the hell out of it. He wanted that car. Guy comes running out all of nowhere. Now I see the guy who owns the car. He comes running out. He's in his boxers and some grimy looking t-shirt. And he's yelling, hey, 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 you know, over and over again. I just started laughing. I couldn't help it. And dude was not listening to it. He took that thing and he was a ghost. He was out of there. And that's it. Guy comes back. He looks defeated. He looks disheveled. I'm sitting there with the broom cleaning up, you know, my patio area. And I'm just looking at him. He looks at me. He looks at me. I don't think he knew who I was. I don't really care if he did or didn't. But basically, when after a few days of, you know, after you know that you're taking people's spots and you go back there and do it again, you're saying fuck you to me. And so now I just said fuck you to your car. And I don't know how much those things cost. I think it's like about, a friend told me about $600-700 to get it out. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been in that predicament, so I don't know. You can tell me in the comments below. Funny as fuck, though. So what do you think, guys? Hey, you know, don't take what's not yours, right? So do you think what I did was right? You know, you think like, hey, man, I would have done the same thing, man. Fuck that dude, you know? Or do you think, pretty much, you would have been, what an asshole, man. I would have tried to find the guy. I would try to... Hey, I did what I could, you know. Gave him a shot. Gave him a shout out and a call to the management to look for him. And he knew. Let's not forget that. He knew, but he did it again. What do you think? Put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I gotta go. It's early in the morning. I gotta pick up my, my groceries early. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.